subaltern history. Now we are going to learn the subaltern history. Is it? Yes, Amit, want to say something? Okay, children. So now who will here see subaltern? As earlier I said about the Marxist history. What is the Marxist history? Followers of the Karl Marx. So what was their main opinion? That means of production, modes of production and industrial relation. And they studied the bottom means caste system, transition. As you can see, the Marxist historian in India studied the transition within the caste system. So these seeds were given by the Marxist history to see the caste system root, means casteism. So the seed of subaltern history are found in the Marxist historiography, as earlier as transition period in the caste. The role of Italian historian Antonio Gramsci is very, very important in the field of subaltern. As earlier I explained, what is the meaning of subaltern? Bottom rank. Subaltern come in the very low rank, means poor people. History should be written from the bottommost rank of the people in the society. So what is the meaning of subaltern? Means the bottommost rank, as earlier I said to you. Now, here, see, these people played a very, you can say, the role in this, okay, subaltern history. Now see here, the seeds already we have seen. What is the meaning of subaltern? Bottommost rank. Is it? The folklore has been considered as a very important source of folklore. Means the people used to say in their singing, or they are passing from generation to generation, has become the source of writing subaltern history. Subaltern means what is the condition of the bottom rank people, those who were the poor, those who were not treated well in the society. Or you can say here subaltern, we are talking about the untouchables. We are talking about our Indian history, that's why untouchables. Is it, my children? So Ranjit Guha, an Indian historian, here you can see, please switch off the mic. Ranjit Guha, an Indian historian, played a major role in establishing subaltern history as an important academic school of historiography. So he started one school where subaltern bottom rank history started to write and analyze. Who is that? So Ranjit Guha establishing subaltern history as an important academic school of historiography. Means this should be studied because their contribution is also remarkable in the society. We cannot ignore the contribution of these people also. Next is coming, as earlier you have studied about the Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Babirao Ambedkar also, Bhimrao Ambedkar also. We may point out that much before the onset of subaltern ideology, similar thoughts were oppressed. Before subaltern came in the after 18th century, okay. But before that also, these people, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, reflected the life of the Shudras. You can say Shudras and Ati Shudras, indicates the bottom ranks in the caste system. They reflected their life. And Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Ambedkar, these both personality, as you can say, reflected the condition of the bottom rank people. Shudras and Ati Shudras, you can say Dalit, or you can say untouchables. It is not a blow of any caste, हाँ? नहीं तो आप गलत मीनिंग लेंगे इसका. Is it? Okay. So Mahatma Phule unfolded the history of, you can say, Shudra, Ati Shudra communities in his book Gulamgiri, the book which is written by him, Gulamgiri. So what he reflected in that book, that the condition of Shudra and Ati Shudra, what type of the condition they were facing. Then next is, you can see he drew the attention, the exploitation of women, Shudra and Ati Shudras done under this name of religion. See, these people, as we know in our country, casteism politics is on a rise. Okay, it is played on a large scale. So this Mahatma Jyotirao Phule reflected on the name of caste, on the name of religion, on the name of caste, women and people those belongs to untouchables or bottom rank people were exploited on a large scale. So the term Shudra and Ati Shudra is here. I said the term Shudra and Ati Shudra indicates the bottom most rank in the caste system, and the role of people belonging to Dalit caste is very significant in shaping of various cultural and political aspects of India, as earlier I said. So we cannot ignore their contribution. Their contribution is also equally remarkable as we other caste system. How the other caste system people are doing their contribution, in the same way these people are also contributing in the society. Is it? So their role was all not duly acknowledged, means their role was not duly acknowledged, or you can say not accepted by the upper caste people, or as you can say our society was playing a role of casteism. Our society is playing the game of casteism. So these people's roles were neglected, and the contribution of these Shudras and Ati Shudras were not considered a valuable you can say valuable contribution. So Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, facing this fact, consistently wrote it two of his books. Who were the Shudras? Two books were written by the Babasaheb Ambedkar. Who were Shudras and the Untouchables? Maybe cited example of history of subaltern. So the book which are written by Babasaheb Ambedkar was reflecting about the condition of the subalterns. Subaltern means, as you know, bottom rank. Now, feminist history, we are aware of that also, that in the previous lesson also, first lessons also, we have studied about the famous Tarabai Shinde. Here we are going to see. As we know that our society, previously when the historiography tradition started, what happened, children, at that time only male were writing the history, and that was also center of the male. Centric point was the male. Female were not given the importance. Their contribution were also not considered remarkable. So as we can see, this then some female came forward in our Indian society. I'm talking about our India. So this female came front and took the task of writing the feminist history and the problems associated with the female. What kind of the problems they are facing in the society, and they started to reflect from their writing, or with the help of their writing, and they started to publish the books. So here, over a significant period of time, mainly male scholars were involved in the writing of history. As earlier I said, as a result, the role and the achievement of women in history remained neglected. As earlier I said, just now I explained. So to highlight this fact was a major task faced by the feminist student. Means how can we reflect the task of these women? Women are also equally important. Without them, society cannot run. See, without their contribution, male cannot proceed. We should not forget all these things. So these women took the task to write about the women history. So it was important to study and compile the historical writing of women. It was also necessary to rethink of women's position in history. Means all the people neglected. Okay? The people are started to neglect the women. So these people make them understand what is the contribution of the women in the society. Why women were not given the power, why they are deprived of their rights. So they reflected some of the points through their writings and showed the world, or showed the Indian historians, that they are also playing an important role in shaping the country's economy, or you can say all kinds of the things. Among women authors writing about, you can say writing about women in the 19th century, you can see. Tarabai Shinde was the foremost. ये Tarabai Shinde है, and she was the foremost. And the book which was written by Tarabai Shinde, that was Stree Purush Tulna. Stree Purush Tulna. Is it? This was published in 1882. When it was published in 1882, is acknowledged as the first feminist book in India. Which is the first feminist book? Written by Tarabai Shinde, published in 1882, and the name of the book is Stree Purush Tulna. Is it, my children? Now?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Next. We are moving to the another historians, Pandit Ramabai. Is it? Pandita Ramabai. Is it? Was published in 1888. She has also written the book, The High Caste Hindu Women. As you know that few years back or last year only, one movie in Marathi was released that was based on the Brahmins, I think. And that was, I don't know, the revolt took place, and the Brahmins of Maharashtra were also against, because the true picture of Brahmins depicted in that movie. I think so. So here also in 1888, the book written by Pandita Ramabai was published, and the name of that book was The High Caste Hindu Women. So the contribution of Pandita Ramabai was also equally remarkable in shaping the feminist historiography. So now feminist literature. We are coming to the feminist literature. So what are the characteristics of that feminist literature? So we are going to learn over here. The feminist literature of the post-independence era concentrated on the issue like employment of women, treatment meted out to them at their workplace. See, we have seen mostly the student, you might have seen the film, many films you are seeing that based on the फीमेल एट्रोसिटीज मीन्स फीमेल के साथ कैसा कैसा बर्ताव किया जाता है. एंड वन फॉरमोस्ट आपकी रिसेंट पिक्चर है प्रेम रोग. इन दैट द कंडीशन ऑफ द विडोज वेर शोन हाउ द, अगर उनका हस्बैंड मर जाता है तो उनके बाद में उनको हेड टॉन्चर करना पड़ता है. मीन्स द बार्बर इज कमिंग एंड टॉन्चरिंग देयर हेड सेरेमनी टुक प्लेस, मतलब उनको शेविंग करनी पड़ती है उनके हेड की. तो दीज वेर द प्रॉब्लम्स फेस्ड बाय. अभी इश्यूज लाइक एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफ वुमेन, ट्रीटमेंट मीटेड आउट देम एट देयर वर्क प्लेस, मीन्स they were not treated, they were exploited when they used to go out for the work. They were, today also in our society we know, they were not treated well. They are not, sorry, today also they are not treated well. And employment of the women, they are also doing the equal work of the men, equal to the men, but their remuneration is very, very low. So equal payment is not there for equal work. So these were the problems faced by the female. So that's why this feminist literature threw the lights on all these points. Their right to political equality. As we know, in the olden days also, women were not allowed, though in our constitution, from the beginning only, our constitution has given the right to cast our vote. Women can cast their vote. There is no discrimination made on such ground. Is it, my children? Then also what happened, children, many of them, as our society is a male oriented, so these male people were not allowing them to go and to use their right. And political equality means to contest the election. Here the meaning is to contest the election. Their seat should be reserved in the parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. As we know, in Rajya Sabha we got 33%, and here Lok Sabha is still pending. So now, recently published feminist literature, Meera Kosambi's book. So that is Crossing Threshold, Meera Kosambi's. Now see, Meera Kosambi's book Crossing Threshold, feminist essay in social history is of importance. Social history means सामाजिक जो तथ्य हैं उन पर उन्होंने लिखा है. It contains the essay on the life stories of the women like Pandita Ramabai and Dr. Rukmani Bai. ठीक है, Dr. Women in Maharashtra. Just see, first female doctor. This is ये फर्स्ट फीमेल डॉक्टर है हमारे इंडिया की. फर्स्ट, रिमेंबर, रुक्मणी बाई इज अ फर्स्ट फीमेल डॉक्टर. Always remember, whenever the general knowledge question comes, she is a so she reflected the in her book what she reflected the stories of women like Pandita Ramabai and Dr. Rukmani Bai, the first practicing lady doctor of India. See, a lot of literature is available. She is a matlab, here the life is reflected of them. Whose life is reflected? See, children here, whose life is reflected? Pandit Ramabai and First Lady Doctor of our India, Dr. Sharmila Regi. Now she is a Dr. Sharmila Regi. Now reading Dalit women's testimonies. Now see. Her book, Writing Caste, Writing Gender, Reading Dalit Women's Testimonies, include her essay on the autobiographies of Dalit women. So, what she has written, उसकी जो writing थी, उसमें उन्होंने reflect किया है the condition and the autobiographies of a Dalit women. So, who is she? Dr. Sharmila Regis. Writing caste, writing gender, reading Dalits women testimonies. टेस्टिमोनीज इंक्लूड मतलब उन्होंने इनको टेस्टिमोनीज मतलब उनके ऊपर उन्होंने रिसर्च कैरी आउट किया. शी हैज रिसर्च एंड wrote essays on and biography on these Dalit women, reflected the life of Dalit women. Now, Indian historians who wrote without embracing a particular ideology, among them historians are, see here, names are given: Sir Jadunath Sarkar, Surendranath Sen, Riya Satkar, G.S. Sardesai, Trimbak Shankar, and Sheja Walkar. Okay, these are the Indian historians who wrote without embracing a particular ideology, without embracing. They have not given a particular thinking, they have not given the importance to a particular thinking, but they have also written something about the women history. Okay, so their work is also noteworthy. Now, here again we are coming to the modern historians, okay, of our country. So these are the Yashwant Dinkar Phadke and Ramchandra Guha are the modern historiographer of India. Sorry. Thus, it is evident that the Indian historiography has been influenced greatly by the social and political movement. It seems that some part of the Indian historiography was also developed outside the influence of this movement. See now here, as we know that our history also given a new approach, started the new approach, which have not given by the other historians. So here, that's all, my dear children. That lesson is over.